Hi, my name is Lauren Trevino, and today I'll be reading the Geneva Project, Truth, by Christina Benjamin, Chapter 1. Enjoy! Hullaby Island is massive. It would take you 2 weeks to walk end to end if you never stopped. It would take you just as long to hike to the top of its towering volcano as well. For the colossal size of the island, the population is rather small. It's made up of one beautiful, sparkling city on the southern shore called Lux. That's where the citizens live. They're the lucky ones. If you live on Hullaby, your biggest hope is to be a citizen. Then you could live the good life in Lux, one of the beautiful white-stoned houses that stare out at the glittering blue sea. The rest of us are called locals. We live on the outskirts of Lux, in small villages. Our life consists of trying to clean up the mess from the flood and keep things running smoothly for the citizens of Lux. The flood, as we call it, happened over 10 years ago, and that's how I became an orphan. There's a bunch of us orphans, thanks to the flood. We all live in the Troyan Center, right outside of Lux, in the town of Avil. It's not such a bad life being an orphan. We spend a few hours each day learning lessons, and then the rest of the day we work with the locals in the cleanup effort. It may seem strange that after 10 years we are still cleaning up from the flood. Well, it wasn't just any flood that ravaged our island. We were flooded by a force that nature has never seen before. There was wind, water, fire, and lava, and there was almost nowhere to run. I've heard so many stories about the flood, it's almost turned into a legend around here. There's little else that we have to talk about with the locals while we work, so they tell us all they can remember. They say it was like a monsoon with a typhoon mixed with an earthquake and a tsunami, all rolled in one. Not to mention the molten lava spewing out of a volcano amid the chaos. As you can imagine, this event is responsible for wiping out most of the population on our island. There used to be big, lush settlements all over the island. Most of them were inland, sheltered from the harsh sun and weather by a thick canopy of tropical trees and vegetation. These towns are all gone now. They were directly in the volcano's path, and it's said that no one survived. Only the citizens of Lux were spared, along with a few lucky villages nearby of the locals and us orphans. Since the flood, I have lived here at the Troyan Center. I have worked my way up through the years, cleaning, sewing, and cooking with the other orphans at the center. When I turned 8 years old, I graduated to flood cleanup. I have been helping sort through the rubble to find what is valuable enough to send to Lux. I've become a master at finding little diamonds in the rough, as we call them. Pieces of gold, small jewels, or precious stones and metals. I find them and polish them until they look brand new. I don't mind the job much. I get to be outdoors in the salty sea air with the sun warming my back. It feels like a treasure hunt, sorting through the piles of junk that the locals bring in from the forest for us to comb through. And it beats doing laundry. Working the rubble has made my legs strong from climbing the piles, and my feet sure and fast from scaling down the rolling, churning debris. My fingers are nimble from sorting, and my arms toned from polishing. I cherish each beautiful, sparkling thing I find. Each is more stunning than the next, and they're all more luxurious than anything I could ever hope to own. It makes me feel powerful to have something so beautiful in my hands. It almost feels like the gems speak to me sometimes, sharing with me their hidden secrets. Sometimes, when no one is watching me, I pretend they are mine, and that I am a citizen worthy of owning them. Maybe if I were a citizen, he would like me more. Nova. I've had a crush on him since before I knew what a crush was. I've seen him in the Troyan Center since I could remember. He was the kind of hard to miss. With that shock of blonde hair and his tall frame, he was always a head above all the other kids. At first I thought it was because he must be much older, but I guess he was just blessed with being freakishly tall. Something I was in oblivious envy of, since I made a habit of walking around on my tippy toes to make up for my short stature, which eventually earned me the nickname Tippy from him. Alright, that was chapter 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be back with chapter 2.